All right, let's dive into something that's super important for anyone with a wood stove or a fireplace, the custom Class A chimney. Now, I know it sounds pretty technical, but we're going to break it down and show you how to make sure your installation is both successful and, most importantly, safe. So, are you in the middle of planning a new hearth? Or maybe you're just curious about how these things actually work. Either way, you've got to know that the chimney is basically the engine that drives the whole system. But let's be honest, with all the different parts and safety rules, figuring out the right setup can feel like a huge challenge. Let's talk about why that is. You see, a custom chimney isn't just some simple pipe you stick through the roof. Oh no, it's a really precisely engineered system. Every single part has to be calculated perfectly. We're talking height, clearance from any building materials, and making sure you have the right airflow. If you get any of these details wrong, it can have some pretty serious consequences for both safety and how well it performs. Yeah, there are usually three major hurdles that trip people up. First, you've got these complex calculations, like the famous 10-foot, 2-foot rule for chimney height, and making sure you have enough clearance from anything that could burn. Then there's the fun of trying to figure out all the local and national safety codes, which can be, well, dense and confusing. And finally, you have to actually find all the correct compatible parts, which can be a total logistical nightmare. It's a lot to juggle, for sure. But, and this is a big but, there is a much easier way to handle all this complexity. The key is to lean on expert knowledge right from the very beginning. When you do that, you know everything is done correctly, and you get that peace of mind that the heart of your home is both safe and super efficient. Seriously, instead of spending hours and hours researching, only to end up with more questions and feeling uncertain, you can just have a clear, expert-driven plan. It makes all the difference in the world and turns what seems like a complicated task into a really straightforward process. And one of the best ways to get that expertise is through a specialized service. For example, a company like Flue-pipes.com is set up specifically to take on all these technical headaches for you. They translate your project's dimensions into a complete and totally compliant system design. And a huge piece of this puzzle is making sure everything meets the UL 103HT safety standard. Now, what's that? It's basically the highest safety rating you can get for a factory-built chimney. It means the system has been tested to handle extreme temperatures. We're talking up to 2100 degrees Fahrenheit. A service like this does all the math to guarantee every single component meets this tough code, which gives you incredible peace of mind. So you're probably wondering, okay, how does a service like this actually work? Well, the whole process is designed to be surprisingly simple. It's really just broken down into a few easy stages. It is literally as simple as 1, 2, 3. Okay, step 1. You provide the key dimensions for your project. Stuff like your ceiling height and the pitch of your roof. Step 2. Their team calculates the exact parts list you need for a safe and efficient system. And step 3. You get a complete custom quote with every single component accounted for. That's it. And get this, the turnaround is usually really fast. We're often talking within 24 hours. This means you can go from being stuck and uncertain in the planning phase to having a complete, safety-compliant parts list and quote, keeping your whole project moving right along without any delays. At the end of the day, the goal here is just to get rid of all those technical roadblocks. This frees you up to focus on the actual construction and, of course, the best part, enjoying your brand new fireplace or stove. So if an expert-designed plan sounds like exactly what you need for your project, you can find out more and submit your dimensions just by visiting their website, Flue-pipes.com. So when it comes down to it, the main takeaway for any custom chimney project is that planning and expertise are everything. They're absolutely key. Taking that time to make sure you have a safe, compliant installation from the get-go, well, that's how you build it right, and that's how you get to enjoy it for many, many years to come.